Unless you've been paying close attention to the Nikkei, most people might be unaware of recent market revisions involving transactions on the main Japanese stock exchanges. In an effort to stay competitive and gain a better global reach, the Tokyo Stock Exchange has started to close its markets 30 minutes later. This is particularly important for both CoverCore and Anycolor Inc., since both companies release their quarterly data after the closing bell. This extended amount of time can send false signals since short sellers, margin traders, and other players are trying to maximize their gains once the news is released. At the same time, many special interest groups with the sole agenda of spreading misinformation about either company capitalize on their viewers' naivety or to set a narrative among English-speaking VTuber fans. Allow me to provide you with the following example. On screen is an ETF, otherwise known as an exchange-traded fund. They can be bought and sold just like any other stock. One of the fundamental examinations a person can do to see how a particular company is doing is to compare the company relative to the exchange that they trade on. As you can see, we'll be sizing this ETF against the S&P 500. The idea is to find out whether the ETF share price is performing better or worse against the broader market. Now keep an eye at the bottom as well as the percentages on the right side of the chart. Then notice how these lines begin to shift. In its default position, the ETF seems to be at least on par with the index. However, once we begin to manipulate the metrics by time, you begin seeing a different story. The more we drill down into the months to weeks to days, the worse the ETF seems to perform. Yet if we zoom out to weeks, months, and even the last year, the ETF suddenly seems to be outperforming the index. Presentation is key. Much like the presentation materials coming out of Cover Corporation and Anycolor, they seek to cast the company in the best possible light. This is why you cannot simply trust what the STYs present to you, because they are only presenting you the stuff that they want you to see and believe. Just take a look at the following. This thumbnail, along with the first topic, states Nijisanji revenue is down 50%. She then references a CNBC news video. Lydia lives in Toronto according to her X profile. This video is timestamped 3:06 a.m., which would mean that the video was published at 4:06 p.m. in Japan. She then makes the assumption it must be really bad for a news company to pick up on it. She never watches the video, much less knows what the video actually says, because the report itself is paywalled. Not to mention, what they discuss is called ordinary profit. Even then, none of the content says Nijisanji or Anycolor Inc. is down 50%. The fact is, investors had long known this Q1 report would be lower, since the company published their 2025 forecast earlier in the year. This is why she has been embarrassingly wrong in her prior reports.
As you all know, yesterday Anycolor released their Q4 report, which is where all of the poop hit the fan. There's a Q&A from the shareholders, who, as you can imagine, were probably not super happy about what happened.
This is why people like her that are on the STY bandwagon continue to get things wrong. You don't see an 11% jump in stocks immediately after posting a supposedly bad quarter report. She doesn't know what she's talking about, much less what she is trying to convey to her viewers because she blindly trusts other people to do her own homework. This is why I try to bring the most thorough data-driven information possible for each company and where I separate my opinion from factual reporting. This is to give you a proper perspective and comprehension about what is actually happening. Now, I'm hoping to pull all the information together before their Q2 report so we can discuss things in detail, and then once the report drops and the markets open, discuss the fallout from that report. So if you like what I do here, please remember to like and subscribe for future content. This is Marko Yamashita signing off. Peace.